Well, today we've got a nice rifle for testing. It's Savage's new B17 Precision Lite, and it's specifically designed for like competition, rimfire shooting, long range shooting, or mini competitions. But you can use it just as well for hunting as well. It's a lovely lightweight rifle. It's available in three different calibers: 22 rimfire, 22 Winchester Magnum, or 17 HMR, which you have on test today. Also, you have a lovely feature: the fact you can have carbon fibre wrap barrels or normal steel barrels as well, all in an MDT Aluminium Chassis semi-tactical style stock. Anyway, we're going to look through the salient features and then we'll take it out shooting as normal and see how she performs. Well, today on test we've got Savage's new B17 Precision Lite. It's a lovely little sort of semi-tactical competition gun, but you can also take out hunting like we like to do here. Overall length is 36.5 inches. And the weight is 6.75 pounds, and that's in the carbon fibre weight barrel and the 17 HMR as we have on test. Alternative calibers are 22 rimfire, 22 rimfire Magnum, and as you said, 17 HMR. Barrel lengths of 18 inches, which is a nice, good overall length on this type of compact firearm. And you have also the steel barrel option as well if you don't want the carbon fibre. You have a 10-shot rotary magazine, which is nice and easily replaced and quite economical. And this lovely aftermarket or stock they use on these new Savage Precisions, it's the MDT chassis system, which is an aluminium chassis, and we'll look at that next, which is very, very nice. As we said, the stock is your semi-tactical type. This is used for mini rimfire shooting in competition or long range option. It's very nice. And a lot of the rifle makers now are going for aftermarket stocks to fit their rifles in, because MDT make a very, very nice chassis system. As we hear, it's a one-piece aluminium billet. It's black anodised across the top and finished very, very nicely. If you look at the forend, it's very wide. It's 1.75 across, so there's a lot of airspace in between the barrel here on the profile, and it's free floating obviously. On the sides, it's quite flat-sided here, so it'll ride on the bags, or you can fit a bipod if you like, because you have 4 of these M-lock slots to both sides and on the underneath. But Savage also fit the QD swivel stud here, which we used in the test for a Harris bipod, if you like, which is very, very nice. Action-wise, where it beds into the MDT action, as it profiles down here, you have 2 steel pillars coming out of the base of the action, and these actually fit into recesses into the chassis and then bolt up by the 2 action screws here, one through here, one through here. There's no bedding compound, but it's very, very solid, and as you said, you get a free floated barrel, so the harmonics are very, very nice on it. Also on this system, being the chassis system, you have a separate trigger guard which is polymer, and this also houses or fits onto it the MDT their own profiled pistol grip. Nice upright. It's got twin palm swells to either side, and quite a sort of sticky or wet feel to the rubber, which is very, very nice indeed. And it's grooved to give it a little extra grip as well. And this is removable if you want to take it apart and clean it after use in the field. Behind the pistol grip, with the chassis continuing on, you've got a 1.25 by 1.25 solid aluminium. It's quite in line here. This is what the erasing cheek piece and the adjustable parts are actually attached to. It's very nice and solid and gives a whole really good integrity to the whole of the chassis system. And as you said here, you can adjust the length of pull very, very nicely on this Precision Lite, because you undo the rubber recoil pad here and these little plastic or polymer inserts here at the base. The back end here can just be slotted in and out as you like, so you can increase the length of pull from 12.75 to 13.75, less or more depending on how many of these spaces you have in here. Very, very simple. Also, another feature which I really like, and it's simple. Some of these raising cheek pieces can be a little bit overcomplicated. Here, all you have is 2 thumb screws here. Loosen them off, and up and down goes the cheek piece. It's as simple as that. Set it to the height you want, tighten them up again, and it's absolutely rock steady. It doesn't rock, doesn't yaw, and you can set it perfectly to the sides, the height of the scope. Really, really nice. Really like that. Action-wise, you're looking at Savage's B series, which is an all-steel action. It's long for a rimfire, but very, very nicely made. Interestingly, you don't have a MOA scope rail. It's a one-piece Picatinny, but this is 0 MOA, but I would have thought they might have put a 10 or a 20 MOA rail on top of it if you're doing competition for longer range. We had no problem with it out in the field. It's just a little observation there. If you look closely at the trigger system, it's Savage's Accu trigger system, and this shot very, very nicely on test. I mean, when we actually tested on a Lyman trigger pull gauge, it was incredibly crisp and consistent at 1 pound and 6 ounces. It does catch me out a little bit, these Accu triggers, mainly because it was -1, -2 when we were testing this, and you'll see this, I had the few odd flyers because that initial take-up of that skeletonized red or orange anodized trigger blade, safety blade within the trigger blade, it just caught me out occasionally. But once you've got this first pressure and take-off, it's very, very quick and absolutely breaks like guards. Very, very impressive on that. Then, as we said as well, at the beginning, you have a 10-shot rotary magazine. I like it because you literally clip out the front, because the release catch is actually on the front of the magazine. I like that system. I think that's very, very nice. It's a 10-shot rotary, but one thing you have to watch is on the red follower in the centre, when you're loading, that red follower actually has grooves to actually put the individual cartridges into. So you need to put in the first cartridge, use the rim of the second one to just move it across a little bit, and then slot it in. At first it was a little bit fiddly, but once you get used to it, it's no problem at all, and it was absolutely totally reliable on test, as you'll see when you shot it. Very, very nice. Safety wise, another little feature I want to just point out: when you actually put the gun on safe, it's a tang mounted safety here, so down is on, the bolt still operates, but you're safe. But actually accessing it, if you can see here, it's actually down in a well in the MDT chassis. I would have liked to have seen a little cutaway here on the side, would have made it a little bit easier, because you have to sort of come up on it to take it off. Just a little feature. I mean, if this is my own gun, I'll actually take a bit off here, you know, depending on which side you actually use it. Bolt, nice long bolt, 6.5 inches long with a 70-degree bolt lift. Very, very smooth. But then when the B series first came out, they're a little bit wishy-washy on the bolt operation, but these new B series are incredibly smooth and lock with great precision there, which is very, very nice. And with the guide here, so the bolt doesn't, although you've got 70-degree lift, with a semi-tactical bolt knob here, there's no binding whatsoever. Very, very nice system. I like that. You also have twin extractor claws up the front, which really get hold of the case's rims and ejects them very reliably. Again, in the test, we had absolutely no problems whatsoever. Very, very nice. Lock time was a tad slow, but didn't affect the accuracy whatsoever. And then finally, we're looking at the barrel. These come in, say, 2-2 rimfire, 2-2 rimfire Magnum, or 17 HMR, all 18 inches long, which is very nice. Which, you know, in size of the carbon-like dimensions of this Precision Lite. This is the carbon fibre wrap version, and we have it in 17 HMR, and it's got a standard 1 in 9 twist barrel, and it's stainless steel barrel, which is very nice. The first 3 inches is left bare without carbon fibre, and that is so Savage's headspace nut here can actually lock it into the action very, very precisely, which also aids with the accuracy, which is nice. Up front, again, you have the stainless steel part of the barrel showing, so you can then fit, or it is screw cut for 1/2 inch UNF, so you can fit a sound moderator. We had a very nice Wildcat Predator on this when we were actually testing it, and it was very, very quiet out in the field. Very nice. The profile is 0.8 of an inch, a parallel profile, and as you said, it's with a carbon fibre wrap, very, very lightweight, and that contributes to the 6.75 pounds overall on this 17 HMR version. So there you have it. That is Savage's new Precision Lite. It's a really nice, short, compact, accurate, very reliable little gun for mini rimfire competition, or as we use it out in the field for little long range sniping at rabbits. Right, first up in the test for the ammo, we're doing the good old Hornaday 17 grain VMAXs. Let's see how they shoot in the Savage. And we're set up at 50 yards, which is a nice distance. 2506. .2652. 2454. 2350. A 2508. That's a nice little cluster of 50 yards. We'll have a good look when we've finished the test on that. Now I think we'll try some lead free, and that's Hornaday's NTX 15.5 grains. These are always very accurate, and hopefully that's not the kiss of death, but we shall see. We're interested to see what the velocities are like as well, actually. You've got to take up that first take on the Accu trigger. Nice. 2610. 2589. 2584. 2553. Well, a lovely little group, one off. That's the Accu trigger that caught me out. Oh, a lovely little group. 2619, fantastic. Yeah, with the Accu trigger, I'm not really used to shooting these triggers. You do have to sort of take up the first stage pull on that, and then it goes. I got caught out on a couple of those. So there's a one on each of those groups. It's one off, and that's me. It's not the gun. Well, here's a really nice load. These are actually 20 grains, and they are the CCI Game Point 17 HMR, and they've got a really nice, say, a hollow point to it, and they're actually have more integrity than the VMAXs, i.e., you know, they actually have a bit more of a controlled expansion. So these are quite good for foxes a little bit further out. So let's see how they shoot in the Savage. Two, 394. 2413. 2397. 2391. 2353. Again, nice little group and one just off. Right, another CCI. We've got the TNT, fantastic name, and they do perform very well. This is a hollow point design, and again, very, very good for crows or small game because they do expand very, very quickly. So let's see how they shoot at 50 yards. Two, 395. 2498. 2351. 2409. And 2387. Yeah, nice little group there as well. Excellent, very nice. Right, then finally we'll look at a couple of Winchesters. This is a lead-free offering, and this is a 15.5 grain projectile, and we'll see how it shoots. It's nice on this Winchester, actually, on this Savage. The adjustable cheek piece is very, very quick to adjust, and these spacers as well, so you can just get it absolutely how you like it. And I do like it on the bifold as well. I'm not really into sort of semi-tactical designs, but it's really easy to shoot, and it's shooting well. So let's see how these lead-free shoot. 2566. 2520. 2576. 2533. 2565, and that dead centre. That's a lovely little group. We'll check that later. All right, then finally we're going to use Winchester's 17 grain normal lead load. It's a VMAX type load, to be honest with you. and we'll see how they shoot. And I've got to say, some of those groups are very, very nice, but we've got a couple of shots off. But I tell you what, it's probably my numb fingers because it's -1, -2 today. It's very, very crisp out here. So, you know, when we go look at the targets later on, we'll have just, you know, bear that in mind that taking up on these Accu triggers, a couple of those shots were actually taking you a bit by surprise, which is me, not the gun. .2379, and also that FX chronograph is so reliable. I love it, absolutely love it. It's so useful. 2339. And so set up like this, I know now that was 2358, and 100 yards that was doing 1729. And finally 2404. That concludes the test for the Savage. Very, very nice. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, and I hope you liked our review, and if you do, please like and subscribe.